In my last video, I talked about how our modern society sits on the thin veil that drapes across the ambitions of evil. Well, what you're about to watch is an example of that evil piercing that veil.
Back here in Georgia, criminals attacking cars when drivers least suspect it. These violent crimes caught on camera across the city, and it can happen to anyone, including you. The Atlanta Police Robbery Unit telling CBS 46 they have been called to at least 83 reported carjackings already this year. Just this month, a woman was hit from behind, then carjacked at gunpoint.
You can tell that it was very calculated.
You can see it too. The surveillance video shows the moment local musician Khadijah is hit from behind. When she goes to check the damage to her white BMW, she's bum rushed by men with an AK-47 on Howell Mill Road and 14th.
By the time I could turn around, they were both rushing towards me with the word saying that if I didn't cooperate, that I was going to die. So it went from a turn of thinking this was an accident to about to try to fight for my life, to realizing that there were 2 additional cars with these 2 guys that got out with guns.
Khadijah ran, dodging traffic as the men stole her car and drove off.
And at this point, I just had to make a run across the street while traffic was going to just get away because there was no fight.
If you're driving down the road and you're hit from behind, it's only natural to want to get out of the car and check out the damage and see who did it. But Atlanta police say you should think about safety before damage.
Go somewhere else, call 911, move to another location, get where there are other people. They look like they've been in an accident, because if I ran into the back of somebody, the first thing I do, I get out and I look at my car. Did I damage my vehicle? If they're not doing the things that normal people do when they have an accident, there might be something wrong there.
I've been followed more times than I can count. Actually, it's only been about 4 times. And none of these were due to road rage. I was targeted, which is why I ride around with a rifle a lot of the times. And just last week, a very good friend of mine had to pull his gun to prevent an attempted carjacking. I'm not saying this to say that we live in a dangerous world. Well, actually, that's exactly why I'm saying this. For the people paying attention, we've known this for years. Anti-gun people like to make light of the idea that good people with guns stop bad people with guns from doing bad things. But they can crack all the jokes they want because there's no denying it. 500 to 3 million. That's how many people every year use their gun in self-defense, according to the CDC. So I'll repeat it here again for the slow kids in the back. Good people with guns stop bad people with guns from doing bad things. There's no denying it. It's why even the most anti-gun person on the planet won't put up a sign in their front yard that says, "Criminals beware, there are no guns here." They know they might as well put up a sign that says, "Come rob us, we have no means to protect ourselves." It's really that simple. If you're attacked and you need help, and you have the option of calling a cop who doesn't have a gun to come and save you versus a friend who has a gun to come and save you, I promise you, you're calling your friend. Because the only reason we call cops in situations like that is because they bring guns with them. Now, I know there will be people who see this and say, but if she had a gun and started shooting, they would have shot back at her, but instead she complied and no one got shot at. Really? You want the decision of whether you live or die to be exclusively in the hands of someone who has such little respect for your life that they put a gun to your face, threaten to kill you, and then take your property? Nah. I'm cool. I'd rather have a gun in that situation so that I can make the decision about how I want to protect my life. The gun control lobby would have you believe compliance will win you the day every time. But that's not the case. For every story of a person complying and living, there are a ton of stories of people complying and dying. So forgive me if I don't subscribe to your toxic pacifist movement. Criminals should fear good people with guns, and they do. But the gun control lobby and their politicians want to make it as hard as possible on the good people to have those guns. The U.S. Department of Justice found that private gun ownership influences the behavior of criminals. In this study, over 1,800 imprisoned felons across the country were surveyed on their opinions of firearms. Here is what they found. 1/3 of criminals questioned had encountered an armed victim. The study found 34% of the felons had been scared off, shot at, wounded, or even captured by a gun-owning victim. 56% of those interviewed agreed that criminals intentionally avoid armed victims. If criminals know the individual has a weapon, they choose to target another victim. I mean, think about it. My friend simply pulled his gun and the potential carjackers took off. Will that always be the case? No, but it will be for most of the time. Besides, the law-abiding are already at a disadvantage. We don't get to choose the time and place where we'll have to defend our lives, and we can only have the guns the government says are legal. But the criminals, oh no, no, no. They get to choose whatever weapon they want. The day, the time, the moon alignment, the location, and the strategy. And the gun control lobby and their politicians keep trying to make it even harder for us. It's like playing NBA 2K against a team who has all of their sliders at 100 and the referees keep calling every foul on us. It ain't fair. It's actually evil when you think about it. Look, your life belongs to you. Therefore, you decide how it's going to be protected. And there is nothing, and I mean nothing, like having the ability to protect your own life and not have to depend on a cop or a good Samaritan to be there on time, or depending on a criminal to show you mercy. Oh, and I almost forgot. For those of you who think, well, if we didn't have all these guns in the first place, things like what happened to the lady in ATL wouldn't happen. We should just get rid of all the guns like they did in the UK, and stuff like this doesn't happen over there. Oh, really? Really? Well, this next video you're about to watch is literally a group of guys carjacking a woman in the UK using knives. Enjoy. I'm sure the YouTube algorithm is going to do a phenomenal job of suppressing this message. So please share this video with as many people as you can so we can beat the algorithm and get our two-way message out to the masses. Also, don't forget to like this video and leave a comment and hit the bell and subscribe button. Let my voice be your voice and let them know you want to keep America tactical, because the right to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed wasn't a suggestion, it was a directive. Also, if you're wondering where to purchase your AR-15s are essential, I will not comply. I am the militia. I lost all my guns in a boating accident, and your state-specific Keep America Tactical shirt, click the link next to my head or the link in the description section. Or if you're watching this on a mobile device, tap the small triangle on the lower right-hand side of this video and click the link in the description.